everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today I'm going to draw the 5 lines and 4 spaces of the treble clef staff for you. We're not going to work on the treble clef today, but we are going to work on our lines and spaces. So get a piece of paper and a pencil, or you can get a marker or crayon or whatever really you'd like to draw your lines and spaces. If you have a whiteboard like I do, you can use your whiteboard and dry erase marker. So I'm going to use the whiteboard and dry erase marker. And if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler to make sure that your lines are straight when you draw them. Or if you don't have a ruler, you can use a piece of paper like I'm going to use. So get your piece of paper, or see, you would have to do an extra piece of paper, or if you can manage it, you can bend the paper over and use the edge to make the line straight. Draw it, then move it up, draw your other line, and use this end of the paper to draw your lines and evenly space them out. So first things first, I'm going to place that paper down and get my marker. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but straight enough we're working on it. So even if it's a little wiggly, and that's okay, because that's what we practice for. So we get better each time we do it. Now I want to make sure that each line has even space between it. I don't want one line to one space to be this big, but then another space to be that big. So try to make them pretty much the same. That takes a little bit of time too, and it's okay if it isn't perfect. That's all right. It's not about being perfect with your stuff. It's about working each day to get a little better at it, right? And that's why we practice in music. Here, and one more. Now I'm counting the lines in my head as I go. Now if you want, count out loud while you're drawing them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I use the paper to make it even. Here are my lines and spaces, so I'm going to count them. You can count yours too once you're done. So I'm going to count them and make sure I have enough. And whenever I'm counting my lines and spaces, I want to make sure I'm counting up, okay, not counting this way down, because this was considered the first line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 lines. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Cool. So next I'm going to draw a bar line and a double bar line to create just the one measure. So remember, this is where we put our beats. We group our beats into groups of 2, 3, or 4. We mostly just do 4 beats together right now, and we put them in this measure. Sometimes it's called a bar. So I'm going to draw those bar lines. And the double bar line, it's called a double bar line, and it looks like that because it means it's the end of the song, right? So this is the end of the song. And I'm not going to show you how to draw the treble clef right now, but I will draw it for you so you see what it looks like. And next time we'll work through on how to draw that. So that looks like this when I draw my treble clef to represent the treble clef staff, which would be our higher pitched notes. So not the lower notes. Lower notes are bass notes. It's the higher notes. So practice drawing those, And I hope you have a wonderful day.